ʻniːhaɪ is a flavored soft drink that was introduced in 1924. Thank you for your suggestion.
Come on and splash a little ʻniːhaɪ. Give the ʻniːhaɪ flavors a try. Splash a little ʻniːhaɪ. Splash a little ʻniːhaɪ. Splash a little something great. Splash a little ʻniːhaɪ. Splash all the flavors we make. Splash a little ʻniːhaɪ.
Claude A. Hatcher is often looked at as the creator of this iconic drink beverage. By 1901, Hatcher had established himself as a successful pharmacist, operating 2 pharmacies in Preston, Georgia, and Dawson, Georgia. However, later that year, Hatcher left the pharmaceutical field to join his father, a wholesale grocer who had recently started a new wholesale grocery store in Columbus, Georgia. Founded as Cole Hatcher Hampton Grocery Company, the company was soon renamed to the Hatcher Grocery Company after Claude and his father bought out the other investors in the company. Created in 1886, Coca-Cola had grown immensely in popularity in the decades that followed, and the product was sold in great quantities at the Hatcher's grocery store. However, following a disagreement with the Columbus representative of the Coca-Cola Company over wholesale pricing, Hatcher stopped carrying the product in his store and began developing his own soft drink in a laboratory in the basement of the grocery store. In 1905, Hatcher introduced a ginger ale called Royal Crown Ginger Ale as an alternative to Coca-Cola. Shortly thereafter, Hatcher created Chero-Cola, a Cheri-Cola designed to compete directly with Coca-Cola. Along with these 2 products, Hatcher developed a line of several other flavored sodas under the Royal Crown moniker. In 1905, Hatcher formed a Union Bottling Works, a company to bottle these products. The company was renamed to the Cheri-Cola Company in 1912. In 1924, the company introduced the ʻniːhaɪ line of fruit-flavored sodas, and the company was shortly thereafter renamed after this popular line. The Chero-Cola Company added ʻniːhaɪ Cola to its line of sodas in 1924 in order to offer a broader variety of flavors. The name ʻniːhaɪ was to remind customers that it came in ʻniːhaɪ tall bottles. It offered orange, grape, root beer, peach, and other flavors of the soda. ʻniːhaɪ was instantly successful and outsold Chero-Cola entirely. The company changed its name to the Nehi Corporation in 1928 and was listed on the New York Curb Exchange. Business went well until 1930 when a major crisis occurred, reflecting the Great Depression, which followed with a stock market crash on October 1929. The Nehi Corporation's sales figures dropped by $1 million in 1930 from a high of $3.7 million in the previous year. Sales continued to decline until 1932, the only year in which the company ever lost money. By 1933, the low point was past, and the business was just beginning to stabilize when another tragedy struck. Claude Hatcher, the company's president and guiding light from its formation, died suddenly on December 31st, 1933. He was replaced by H.R. Mott, who was the vice president of Nehi Corporation for several years beforehand, who had been associated with the company since 1920. As the new president, he was greeted with a great amount of debt His all-consuming ambition, however, was to make the company debt-free as quickly as possible and keep it that way. He updated operations, obtained extensions of credit, and cut expenses. Within a year, the Nehi Corporation was debt-free and ready to move ahead once more. In the early 20th century, the national advertising logo of Nehi was typically a picture of a seated woman's legs, in which the skirt was high enough to show the stockings up to the knee, suggesting the phrase ʻniːhaɪ to illustrate the correct pronunciation of the company name. There's another interesting tidbit. It was Nehi who had introduced the first fruit flavor soda. This was before the invention of the most popular fruit soda in the world, Fanta, which was first sold by Coca-Cola in 1940. In 1934, Nehi entered the cola market again with Royal Crown Cola, which eventually became the company's flagship brand. Nehi soon turned to Hollywood to promote their brand. Robert Ripley advertised Nehi on his radio station, Ripley's Believe It or Not. The radio show was successful in promoting the new RC Cola brand as well, and by 1940, the company was doing well financially. The company began to enhance its advertising by using celebrities such as Bing Crosby, Joan Crawford, Bob Hope, and many others joined in selling the products of the Nehi Corporation. In 1946, Hedy Lamarr was pictured in point-of-purchase advertising signs, and at the time, the Nehi Corporation offered more than 10 flavors that included Dr. Nehi, Nehi Chocolate, Nehi Root Beer, Nehi Lemonade, Nehi Wild Red, Nehi Blue Cream, and its more classic flavors such as Nehi Orange, Nehi Grape, and Nehi Peach. Even back in the 1940s, some of these names sound a lot like the names of the products made today. Many of these flavors were later dropped as their novelty and popularity waned. In 1955, the company changed its name to Royal Crown Company after the success of its RC Cola brand. Over the decades, Nehi soda has pretty much faded into obscurity. I mean, they're still around. Nehi primarily came in a bottle, but they did come in a can at one time. It wasn't in the traditional can with a pull-up tab. It was the ones that resembled the old-school juice cans, one in which you needed a can opener to get to your drink. Nehi has still taken its place in pop culture lore. This logo was seen in the film Paper Moon in a diner where Moses Prey buys Addie Loggins a Nehi. I'm sure everyone has seen Christmas Story, and if you haven't, spoiler alert, in the film A Christmas Story, which was adapted from several short stories in the book, Shepard's invention of the now famous leg lamp in his stories of the Depression era was derived from the Midwestern Nehi logo. Today, Nehi is still around. There are a few places you can buy Nehi soda, and it's still made today. You can buy it on Amazon or an online soda store. It sells for about $2 for a 12-ounce bottle and comes in packs of 3, 6, and 10 bottles. There are also 3 flavors of Nehi soda: grape, peach, and orange. Nehi grape soda is made and owned by Keurig Dr Pepper. Keurig Dr Pepper is the 3rd largest soda manufacturer in the United States and accounts for around 20% of the total soda sold in the United States. So what do you remember about this iconic beverage? Leave a comment, or if you want, leave a suggestion for a future video about your favorite soft drink. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.